Hey travelers, welcome back to another Todo Vale Thursday. So anything goes Thursday, and I was wondering what I could talk about today. And I remembered street food. So I posted a few days ago, I think, a picture of a lady serving some food here in the park in Magdalena. She was serving some typical Peruvian food, and I mentioned misturas. So mistura is a really big food fest here in Latin America. I think it's the biggest one in Latin America. And we have this, I think, every year in September, I believe, mistura. I don't know how many times they've done this already. I think it's like the 10th anniversary or something. It's probably close to it, I can't remember. And so it's right around the corner. I think I'm gonna go next month to record some of that for you guys, and I'll just like generally cover it. I'm not gonna cover specific dishes so much. I'm just gonna cover like what you can find there and kind of explain how it works and stuff like that, and if I go. And so I wanted to talk about street food because a few weeks ago I was in downtown Lima, and yeah, food was everywhere. So I was like, I'm gonna record all of this stuff. So I recorded, and now you're gonna see the footage here. So this is the thing, okay, is that Peruvians love their food. And, you know, our gastronomy is becoming very well known in the world now. It's really competing with a lot of other very famous cuisines, French cuisine, Italian, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, and Peruvians are naturally really proud of their food. I mean, it's really good food, you know, lots of different flavors, influences from different cultures and stuff. And so I was walking around downtown Lima a few weeks ago, and you know, one thing that I noticed when I moved here is that people eat all the time, like really all the time. And it's really interesting because I've lived, you know, in the US, in Europe, and here, and I see all of the differences in the cultures. It's really interesting stuff. I really see how Europeans are totally different from Americans or Latinos. And so one of the things that I noticed is the differences in like the portions. Like here in Latin America, well, especially in Peru, I can only speak for Peru because that's where I've lived. But in Peru, people eat a lot. They have like mountains of rice and mountains of like meat and beans or potatoes or whatever. And they'll eat all of that, and then they'll usually get up and get another second helping. So that's how they eat here. In the US, food is generally like supersized, like it's really big portions as well. So it's kind of similar to Peru in that way. Americans eat just like really big amounts, you know, they have like these huge pizzas and all of these things. In Europe, people eat such tiny amounts. It's so interesting because especially with the people that I lived with last year, I love them to death, but I would like out eat the man, and he was like 6'1" or something, 6'2", and I would eat like twice as much as him, and he would just look at me and be like, Steph, where does it all go? I'm like, I don't know. It's vegan, so that's how I stay slim. So it's just really interesting to see that. And in Peru, like first of all, if you're here to try the food, you're probably gonna fall in love with it and eat a lot of it because you're here, and this is where you get the authentic, real stuff with the 100% natural, organic ingredients. It's totally different when you get some of those things abroad. They don't have the same flavor anymore. And then secondly, like, you know, you're gonna be surrounded, or what is the word? Not surrounded, but like bombarded with food, because here, because of the economic boom that we've been experiencing over the last decade or so, people have more money to spend. There's a lot of like informal food carts on the streets, especially at night, etc. And like food's always chasing you, like it's everywhere. You really cannot escape food. And it's so bad because if you're on a diet for whatever reason, and you're trying to avoid overeating and stuff, like you really have to have a lot of willpower and determination to resist not eating, because people will come on buses and offer you like fried banana chips and peanuts and all kinds of fried cookies, or not fried stuff and cookies or whatever. And if you're walking in the streets, especially like in some districts or like in downtown Lima, there's like food carts everywhere. They're just all over the place. It's insane, you know, for you to try to like resist, because it's always at you. Like, even if you like, I know for me especially, I used to be like, I'm just gonna walk past this, I'm not gonna eat it, whatever. And if I see another one, you know, further ahead, I'll take it as a sign from the universe that I'm supposed to eat it. And then I'll keep walking thinking I'm not gonna see it, and then lo and behold, it's right there. I'm like, oh my god, the universe is telling me I need to eat this. Or maybe it's just testing me and I need to resist. Those are the crazy thoughts that go through my head. So so the good thing though is, if you're vegan, or if you're raw vegan, you generally find fruit in a lot of places. You'll always find like someone selling pineapple or cactus fruit or watermelon, or especially in downtown Lima, you'll have like these little portable cart, tricycle type things or something, with lots of different like tangerines that they'll be selling, or bananas. So you can find fruit everywhere. And that also goes for some of you like who, you know, you're getting bombarded with all of this food, and you're trying to resist because you're thinking maybe it's like fatty or greasy and you want to avoid those unhealthy foods. But the temptation is so much that you're getting worked up and you feel like, okay, I need to eat something. Then you can always have fruit, and that's an easier, just healthier option for you. So that's what I do. That, you know, I just get my fruit. I'm like, whatever, popcorn, I will resist you, and I go get some bananas or something. So that's what works for me. And so yeah, I just wanted to share some of these images with you guys. Be prepared to be surrounded by street food when you come here. Some of you may not want to try it at all, just for the simple fact that it is street food, so there is like no sanitary regulations there, so you want to maybe avoid getting sick because you don't know how the food is being prepared, etc. So maybe that will put it off for you from trying it or eating any of that stuff, and that's cool. You know, when I used to eat typical Peruvian food, I was always eating that stuff. Like, I would go get my, I don't know, papa rellena, which is like this fried potato thing with meat inside, ground beef, and I would just get all kinds of stuff from street food. So yeah, I would never get sick, but then again, you know, I got used to the germs here and all that good stuff, so I developed resistance, I guess. But if you want to avoid getting sick potentially, because you don't want to get 2 or 3 of your days taken away from you basically from leaning over the toilet all that time, then yeah, maybe just avoid the food. But if not, if you're adventurous or you want to try it, then you're gonna eat a lot and you are probably gonna gain some weight. I can assure you that. So I really hope that this video was interesting to you, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Definitely give it a thumbs up, a like. Let me know what you thought of this video, or if you have any questions or whatever, if you've already come to Peru and what your experience with street food was like. There are definitely some strange things that you will find on the streets, such as like hígado frito, which is like fried liver or some kind of liver stuff. You'll find a lot of like guts from animals being sold in special culinary things like champainita and all these other things. So you'll definitely have some interesting food there. So yeah, let me know what you thought of street food in Peru, if you came to Peru and you tried it, or if you're planning on trying it because of this video, or if you're planning on avoiding it. Just let me know what you have to say in the comments. Definitely give it a like. Don't forget, because that always helps me out, especially if you have not subscribed yet to my channel. Definitely subscribe so you can learn more about Peru with me and with everyone else. And follow me on social media if you like. My social media stuff will be on at the end of this video. So thanks again for your time. I will see you on Saturday for Peruvian Slang Saturday. And I think there's one more thing I needed to mention. Oh yeah, going to Cusco. It's very exciting. I have not planned anything really yet for what I'm going to do when I get there. I've been so busy. It's like the last thing on my mind. So I think eventually I'm just gonna end up winging it when I get there. Hopefully it works out for the best. So anyway, that's it, you guys. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.